welcome to the Chill and Chat talk show.
And what a fun time we have planned for you all.
We'll be chatting with the first woman fire chief of the Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services.
And she's related to you, isn't she?
She is. She's my husband's cousin and from the Norsh family.
So who are the Norsh family?
Oh yeah, right, I forgot. You are not a true Chilwakian.
What?
Yeah, that is, I guess.
What do you mean? How long do you have to live in Chilliwack to be a Chilwakian?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe we'll ask our audience to respond to that question. Like, what makes you a true Chilwakian?
That's a great idea. So you can email us at our normal email address, chillandchattv@gmail.com. So back to the Norsh family. Who is this mystery family?
Well, the Norsh family were early settlers in Chilliwack, actually in 1934.
Wow.
And they purchased a 65-acre dairy farm on Fairfield Island. And they came over by train from Saskatchewan with everything, including their herd of cows.
And their cows.
Yeah,
Wow.
so like I said, it's my hubby's family, longtime residents, and true Chilwackians.
We also have on our show today an update on the Total Makeover Challengers.
And of course, another red wine review. The best part about filming, of course, is drinking the wine.
Absolutely. And who here wants to win a prize? Yes. Stay tuned to the end to hear about the Chilliwack Amazing Race.
And this is open to all over the world as it's a virtual race with the Total Makeover Challenge ladies.
And speaking of them, up next, the Total Makeover Challenge series.
Welcome to the
Total Makeover Challenge
TV series.
in Chilliwack.
And we're here for our third week, 3 weeks later, and we're gonna get to hear more results.
I know, it's just a weigh-in today, but I'm sure we're gonna see some great numbers.
And we'll get to chat with the ladies and hear how their week went.
Well, let's go.
Yeah. Woohoo!
All right. Woohoo! Down again. I'm so excited.
Okay, I gained a little bit.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
I have cut out all sugar, dairy, and wheat.
Wow.
And just lots of vegetables and water and just eating healthy foods that aren't on the inside of the grocery store. I shop on the outside now, and it's a very big change.
So I've now introduced interval training. So I do like 30-minute sprint, or 30-second sprints 4 times.
I've been noticing a little bit toning in my arms and my shoulders. So I've been really working hard on weights and toning my arms, and I really want to get rid of that. So.
My main focus has probably been trying to find me again. I lost me really badly last year, and last week I had a really mental setback, but this week I'm feeling the smile and the excitement again.
These babies, sexy pose. They're the new thing. I've only had them a week, and already I've just been out a little bit. Takes some getting used to, I must admit, but already been out there and felt the workout. Apparently you work out 90% of your body instead of 50% when you're walking, and boy, do I believe it.
Yeah, and I love to go on the treadmill, and then I look around and try something new every time. That's where I'm at right now with the gym, and
I'm doing an extreme amount of walking, try for at least 2 hours a day, sometimes more. Wow. Without having a car, it kind of became my main transportation.
And I do my 30 minutes on the treadmill every morning before work. And I've now started doing a bit of weightlifting. So took my son today, so that was pretty cool.
My resting heart rate has gone from 66 down to 61.
Wow.
In 2.5 weeks. So that just shows I held off exercising for so long because I thought I was too far past being able to make a change, but it just shows what a huge change you can make in just 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's huge.
Oh my goodness, another great evening of results.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they're doing so well.
They are.
And look at the flower I got.
Oh, I know, I got a flower too.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And I got a cookie.
And I got a cookie too.
And I got another cookie.
How come
For
you got
Bruce.
How come you got 2 cookies?
Oh, I don't know. You want to got what?
I got 1 cookie.
I'm sorry.
But what a cute cookie.
I
Thank
know.
you.
They were made by Kara.
Well, did you get a chocolate?
No, who gave you a chocolate?
Well, a very special lady did, so.
Oh,
so sad.
she didn't give me one. Oh, well.
Okay, let's talk about the results, okay?
All right.
Okay, so in third place, and this is for weight loss, and again, based on percentage, but congratulations, Nikki, 2.5 pounds. Absolutely amazing.
Awesome. And in second place, Kara with 3.5 pounds.
Amazing.
No, I think her total is like up at 15 now. for
Yeah,
3
Kara
weeks.
is just rocking it. Oh my goodness, in the weight loss and the inch loss. And in first place, 5.7 pounds. Congratulations, Keisha.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely amazing. And apparently it's from lots of walking.
She walks every day, a lot of walking, and it's
so-
really helping her.
Yeah, excellent. So congratulations, ladies. Amazing.
All right, well, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Wow, some great weight losses.
Oh my goodness, yes. And some of it's from the walking daily, interval training, and of course those walking poles.
Okay, don't you love the walking poles?
Yes, I mean, they're fantastic for a full body workout. You get the arms and the abs at the same time.
Yeah, well, you know, it did take you a while to like them because you thought you looked like a weenie with these walking poles. I remember how embarrassed you were when we were first out with them.
That was true. That was true. I kind of relate them to, you know, going with older people. But anyway, but we do know how important exercise is for both the health and weight loss. And so we do need to remember that it's 20% fitness and 80% nutrition.
Yeah, according to my app, I need to work on my nutrition.
Yes, you do. That is for sure. What was the name of the app again? Because everybody is using it and they love it.
Oh, it's called My Net Diary, and
okay.
I love it because it keeps me on track and it's free. I mean, you can upgrade if you want more information, but the free version works really well. And I kind of love how it gives you grades, like A, B, C, according to your food choices.
Okay, so do you get a lot of A's?
No, actually, I get, well, some A's, but lots of B's and C's.
Oh, I don't know. That might be hard.
Well, it's good because it makes me realize that I'm not making some great choices.
There you go. Okay, well, I'll have to check it out. So are we ready for our next guest?
Yes, we will be chatting with Karen Fry, who is the current fire chief and general manager of Vancouver Fire Rescue Services since her recent appointment in January 2021. She is responsible for the operations of 20 fire halls across the city, employing more than 800 firefighters and administration team.
Wow, that's a lot of people to be responsible
Yes.
for. And she's vice president of the BC Fire Chiefs Association, member of the Canadian Fire Chief and Metro Trish, and is a strong advocate for health and wellness in the fire service, including CISM, mental wellness, and cardiac screening.
And we'll be right back after this message. Welcome, Karen.
Yeah, welcome.
So thanks for being on our show today. So can you start with sharing a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, you bet. Thank you for having me at first. My pronouns are she and her.
Okay.
The fire chief in Vancouver, if you guys have indicated, and personally I have 5 children. They range in age from 13 to 32. So a large family that I have. I'm from the island. I'm living downtown Vancouver right now, so it's an exciting place to live and lots of
Nice.
action.
Yes, love Vancouver.
But, you know, really enjoying being here. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. And Karen, you've been appointed as the first ever woman to take on the role of the fire chief for Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services. What was your first thoughts when you heard you received the appointment?
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit shocking, and for me, I think I'm just an everyday person like everybody else, and I didn't realize what a big role or big responsibility it was until it was announced. And from that point forward, it was all over the media. It was about moving, about taking on new challenges, going to the largest fire department in all of British Columbia, and one of the largest in Canada.
Yes, and we actually saw it on the news. We were sitting there watching the news, and we're like, that's our cousin. That was awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, amazing.
So Karen, this is definitely a challenging time in our world history. How does your role as fire chief play into this?
Yeah, interestingly enough, we have this COVID emergency, and so to take on the role in the middle of COVID pandemic, we actually have 2 health emergencies going on. So not only the COVID, but we also have an opioid crisis. So not only do we respond to calls, but it's my job to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep our staff safe. So that's our firefighters. So what we're doing in the field to make sure that we have adequate proper protection, protective equipment, limiting spaces. We live together in the fire halls. And so putting new rules in place and making adjustments for our staff in order to protect them. And then it's about being alone. And that's difficult as well for our firefighters and for the people in our community.
Wow.
Yeah, I never actually thought about that, but it is, I just thought it was on TV, but that you actually live together in a fire hall. So there would have to be like lots of different COVID, things put in place because they're not necessarily all family, right? So
Yeah, exactly. We have anywhere from 4 to 11 or 12 people in any given fire hall. And they're tight quarters. So it's about when they eat, and they're eating at different times, about trying to keep their social distance, wearing a mask 24 hours a day. Is also difficult.
Wow.
So
Yes.
we're doing what we can, and we've done a pretty great job so far. Pretty proud of the organization.
yeah, awesome. And so Karen, throughout your years of fire service, I'm sure you've had many stories of sadness and triumph and resilience. But what would you say is the most impactful event or situation for you personally?
Yeah, so I was sitting there thinking about all the different events I've been at, and there's so many, and that's probably one of the impacts of being in the fire service is the stress and the mental health impact to our fire service. And specifically me, I think it's some of the hardest thing is we had a firefighter fall through a floor and have a mayday call, and you may have seen that in February.
Yeah, I saw that on the news.
And as a chief officer, being in any situation where your employees are potentially hurt or injured in a line of duty is pretty stressful. And, we just need to be there as leaders and to do what we can to protect them. So we had that situation. I can think back to where we've had firefighters commit suicide. I can think back of when we've had people die in fires. And that is terrible and something I don't wish on anybody. So, we do our messaging around that, the importance of working smoke alarms, of safe escape plans, of ensuring that we're providing mental health awareness and training to our firefighters.
Wow. So we're going to continue talking to Karen right after this message.
So we're here talking to Karen Fry, the first woman fire chief for the Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services. So Karen, unlike most professions these days, firefighting remains an almost exclusively male domain. So do you see any situations of gender inequality? And if you do, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, good question. So really, 4% of the fire service across Canada and the career fire service are women.
4%.
4%.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even less of those are chief officers.
Wow.
So there's a lot. So when you talk about gender inequality, when we make up 50% of the population, we don't make up 50% of the fire service.
Yeah.
So it is something we're trying to do every day, is to try and create a fire service that's representative of the community that we live in and that we serve. And so those are things that we will continue to do. And, we're encouraging it and training and bringing awareness.
Excellent.
Wow.
Good. Well, maybe in a few years that number will be a little higher.
Yeah, I hope
let's
so.
hope so. So Karen, you've already accomplished so much. So what would be next for a fire chief in their career?
Yeah, I think it's, this is the biggest job in BC, and I'd say it's the best job in Canada to be living in Vancouver and serving the wonderful community and the fire service itself. So for my career, I'm planning on staying here till I retire. And then from
Good answer.
Yeah, and then from that time, who knows, right? I'm gonna maybe garden and get out in nature a bit more.
Yeah. Maybe some grandbabies.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Me too.
So tell us, what would you say to young girls out there that would love to work in the fire and rescue service profession?
Yeah, so for all the women, the people who have identified different genders, I'd say, stay in school, get your education, participate in sports. That's really important. Give back to your community. And Chilliwack's got a great volunteer fire service that complements their career. So reach out and look about becoming part of the paid on call or volunteer fire service in Chilliwack.
Love it.
nice.
And to all those young women out there, they could be the next fire chief of Vancouver. That's awesome. Anyway, thank you so much, Karen, for joining us and sharing all that today.
Yes, and up next, Utterly Uncorked.
Welcome to Utterly Uncorked. And today we have another fantastic red wine from the Okanagan Valley, actually from Okanagan Falls.
It is the Noble Ridge.
Yes, 2018 and
Meritage.
Meritage, and 87% Merlot and 17% Cab Sav.
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
so-
let's have a swirl and
Yes.
very pronounced for sure.
Smells
Okay,
really fruity. I
cheers.
like that. Cheers.
Let's have a taste.
Very fruity. Love that.
Black cherries.
Yeah. Blackberries, definitely.
Black tea, and I love
Yes.
tea.
Yes. And I understand there's also cocoa in it.
Cocoa.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's
Lovely.
makes it taste
It's actually very complex.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flavors
Yeah.
coming out in this
yeah.
wine.
And this pairs really well with steak and ribs and pasta.
Well, I
So,
want
like,
some steak. Where
I
is
know.
it?
Where's my steak and
That
pasta?
would go perfect.
Wonderful. And you know what? Much deserved after this very long, intense last couple days.
Yes.
Very emotional.
Okay, we just finished attending the Real Me seminar.
Yes,
Oh my
Friday and
goodness.
Saturday, and
On Zoom.
Yes.
So you're on.
Yes,
You're staring
like-
at a computer all the whole.
yeah, so you're probably looking at
12
very
hours.
tired eyes. But it was an amazing journey. So yeah, share a little bit about it because you're more familiar with it.
Well, it takes you through a journey to the center of your soul. It's kind of like a journey to the center of the earth.
Yes.
But it's journey to the center of your soul. So we take a journey to the center of the soul, and then we explore the center of the soul, and at the end we come out with a mission statement.
Yes, and I love that, the mission statement, because, businesses have mission statements.
So
but,
people,
yeah.
people, we should all
yeah,
have
you
one
should
too.
all have a personal mission statement
Yes.
for sure. But yeah, it takes you learn a lot of different things, things that have happened in the past that may be influencing what's happening today.
Yes.
And ways to improve the future. And
Yeah,
steps
your
to do it.
future, yes.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I love the there's some really good things, like there's that whole hula hoop thing. I love that.
Oh,
where,
yes.
Where's one of the speakers where she has a hula hoop on, and basically it's talking about you can only be responsible what happens within your hula hoop. You can't be responsible for outside your hula hoop.
And
I
it's a
love
very
that.
good reminder.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
got to take care of yourself. It's kind of like
Yeah.
when you're in the airplane, you put the mask on yourself first, and then you help other people.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then, of course, I think the one thing that got me was when you had to write your own eulogy.
Eulogy,
Yes, that was like, wow.
What would you want your eulogy to say?
Yes, that was hard. But when you also had to pick who you want to read your eulogy at your funeral, and who did you pick?
I actually picked my oldest son, Zeke.
Aw,
Yes.
nice. I actually put two people. I put my daughter Brittany and my sister Taya. So I'm sure they're not going to be impressed about that. But that's who I asked to do that in there. So,
No, you're happy?
well, he wouldn't want to stand in front of a crowd.
Oh,
Maybe,
okay.
I'm hoping that he'd be really sad.
Of
And
course
that
he would be sad.
And he couldn't do it. He'd be too heartbroken.
Oh, no, he would be very sad.
Of course, I hope my daughter and sister would be heartbroken too. But
Yeah.
they could do it.
But
Yeah.
it's a very intense weekend.
Yes.
Really gets you in touch
Yeah.
with the soul. What's going on inside?
Yeah.
So there was a couple of really good questions.
There's lots of really
out
ones.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
like there was the regrets. Did you? Because that was a hard one. Did you have regrets?
Yeah. Are you gonna make me say my regrets?
Yeah. What did you put for regrets?
Well, I would say I wrote down that I would. If the question was, if you could start all over with a clean slate and money was not an issue,
Yeah.
what would you want? And
Yeah.
I said I would like to own a film company,
Ooh.
like a big feature film
Yeah.
TV series.
I like
company.
that. I want that too for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can help me with it. Yes.
Yes, that
absolutely.
would be great. Yeah.
And so that was my answer to that.
Yeah.
Now for you, the there was a question, what is unique about you? So what
Oh,
did you
yeah.
put with that one? What's unique about you, Jenny?
Well, I think I put down, I'm trying to remember because, quite a few hours ago, but I put down that I love that I just speak my mind.
She does.
And I'm not afraid to say anything to anyone.
That's true.
And that, what else did I do? That I love to socialize and promote.
Yes, she
And-
does. I like that too.
Yeah. And I also put I actually love my faults.
I know, that was so, I was waiting for you to say that. Jenny loves her faults.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there are things, they're faults. I know they're faults, but I'm
No,
actually.
but you literally are so proud of your faults.
I know.
If someone tries to point it out to you, you go, "Yep, that's me."
Yeah,
and
thank you.
that's very admirable.
Oh, okay.
And I've actually I've seen you do it, and I'm like, yeah, I've done that before. I'm like, yeah, it's very, very powerful.
Yeah. Anyway, it was.
So, what's your mission statement? What did you come up with at the end?
Okay. Well, I know you have your memorized.
I do.
Yes.
But I have it written. I have it here too.
Well, I don't have mine memorized yet because this took me a while to work on it. It's been a couple processes going through, but mine was my mission is to empower and cheerlead. I love
you're
that
such a
word.
cheerleader. Yes.
Woo! To chase their passions and purpose in life by creating opportunities for self-discovery.
Oh, that is totally you.
And at first I had the word renew in there, but I renew their passions, but I wanted chase because I love that. It's action oriented.
Yes.
And it also is about the journey, not the final destination. Because I think, the whole journey is even more important than the actual
Absolutely,
destination.
yes.
So I was actually really happy with it by the
I
time.
think that's the best version yet.
Yes, I have to
Absolutely.
say. What about yours? Because I know I've
Well,
heard
I
you-
have mine right here.
Yeah.
And my
Beautifully
mission,
colored.
I had some fun colors for mine.
Mine was
mission-
beautifully typed out.
She typed hers, I printed mine out. So my mission is to inspire, empower, and compel people to move into and do in life what they are passionate about.
Love it. Just the way you say it. Is
I
like
love
so
to push
awesome.
people up, and I just absolutely love to see people fulfilling what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just in me. I just
Yeah.
like, oh.
You
I
totally
get-
do.
I get
and
totally excited
that's
about
what I
that.
totally admire about you. It's awesome.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
Cheers.
So cheers. Noble Ridge Winery. Nice wine.
It was so good.
And where are they located again?
So Okanagan Falls, which is just out of
Ah.
Penticton, my old stomping grounds. And did you know the wines are actually bigger and bolder the closer you get to the Suias and southern border?
Oh, big and bold. That's the way you like them. I remember that.
That is, for sure.
It's probably because the weather is more desert-like and warmer and drier, even though it's only a couple of hours.
Exactly,
south.
I know.
But that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it was great talking to Karen Fry. What a huge accomplishment. A true inspiration to all women.
Yes, and now let's talk about the amazing race
Yes.
happening in only 2 days from
2
now.
days. This is a fun family event to participate in, and again, anywhere in the world, as it is a virtual race, and it's showcasing all of the sponsors who have contributed to the race.
Yes, and whoever completes the race first wins a nice prize, a
Yes.
very nice prize, as well as there are prizes for other categories too,
Exactly.
right?
There's the creative photo category. That sounds like so much fun.
Yes, and other surprise categories as well.
Excellent. So Trish, how do people find out about this?
To register, just email Leah at shapeyourworldsociety.com.
Yeah.
And the cost to register is just $5, and that's a donation that goes directly to the local Chilliwack Food Bank.
And what's really important to know is like a $5 donation is actually times 3 for their buying power of food. So that's, pretty incredible.
Yeah, so your donation is going to go far.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, sounds like a fun-filled weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to share with us questions, feedback, or requests for topics, email us at chillandchattv@gmail.com.
So until next time,
Cheers!
Keep chilling and chatting.